Hello everyone. Orion is an interactive and iterative visual query formulation system that helps users construct query graphs by specifying their exact query intent. Large heterogeneous graphs like Freebase and DBpedia are a great source of information, but their complex schema makes it difficult for users to specify exact queries. With Orion, users can query these large graphs by easily drawing query graphs interactively. Orion automatically recommends relevant edges and nodes. The user can either ignore a suggestion or accept it and include it into the query graph. To start drawing a query graph, click the button Go to Editor. A pop-up lists a small set of actions useful for building query graphs. We can close the pop-up for now, as I'll be explaining the procedure briefly throughout the video. This pop-up can be opened when necessary by clicking the Useful Tips button over here. The white area is our canvas where we shall draw our query graph. The panel on the left lists the possible actions we could perform at the moment. Right now, there is only one possible action. In this video, we will construct a query graph for finding award-winning actors and the movies they acted in. We also want the actors to be Harvard graduates. We start by adding a node, Film. To do that, we click on the canvas. A pop-up is shown where we choose the Film domain, followed by selecting the entity type, Film, or searching for it. Here, we simply select the Film type. Since we're not looking for any particular film, we leave the entity field blank. Once we click the Select button, the canvas is filled with a partial query graph. For better readability, we can drag these nodes and move them around. Nodes in orange are already part of the query graph. The gray nodes and edges are the suggestions provided by the system. The Possible Actions section is updated with several options now. If we click on the gray node, it will be marked to be included in the query graph, and its color changes to blue. We can select multiple nodes. To deselect the selected nodes, click on those nodes again. For our query intent, we want to select only the node Film Actor. Clicking on any empty part of the canvas to add the selected nodes and edges to the query graph while ignoring the gray nodes and edges. Now, Film Actor is also in orange color, and new suggestions are automatically displayed. Our partial query graph so far includes the Film and Film Actor nodes connected by the edge Film Starring. But that's not enough, as we still need to specify the education of the actor and their awards. As we can see, none of the current suggestions matches our query intent. To see more new suggestions, click the Refresh Suggestions button. We can continue clicking this button until the edges we want appear. Or we can add new nodes and edges by ourselves. For that, we just click on any empty part of the canvas and the pop-up will appear again. Let's add a new node with the domain Education and type College or University. Since we are looking for actors who graduated from Harvard University, we want to specify that in the entity field by either searching for it or selecting the entity from a drop-down list. After clicking the Select button, Harvard University is added into the query graph. There are no automatic suggestions right now because the disconnected query graph doesn't feature edge suggestions. The system won't allow you to do anything else without first making the graph connected. We can draw a new edge between two nodes by holding down the Shift key and dragging the mouse pointer from one node to the other. The Edge label pop-up shows the list of possible relationships between Harvard and entities having film actor in their entity types. Here, we have only one option, Student Graduates Education, which is exactly what we need. We select this edge to connect the two nodes. Now, the automatic edge suggestions are displayed once again. As you see here, the label on this node is changed from Film Actor to a question mark. If we hover the mouse over the question mark, we see a small pop-up that says Film Actor Person. It means this node can match an entity if it belongs to both Film Actor and Person. Now, we only need to specify that the actor is also an award winner. We don't see any matching suggestions. So we click the Refresh Suggestions button. This time, we see a suggestion for award-nominated work. But we are interested in awards that are won, not just nominated. Hence, we refresh the suggestions again. Now we can see a suggested edge honored for awards won that connects the film node to an award winner node. However, we don't need another award winner. Instead, the actor must be an award winner. Orion has an interesting feature that helps us. Let's click on the suggested edge honored for awards won. We see several more suggested edges that indicate where the same edge type can fit in another part of the query graph. In fact, one such edge is between the actor and an award-winning work node. Let's select this node and click on any empty part of the canvas. The edge will be included into the query graph. To view an actual constructed query graph without any suggestions, click on any empty part of the canvas again and dismiss the pop-up that follows. To delete a node from the query graph, simply select the node and press the Delete key. To change the number of suggested edges at every step, click the Settings button at the bottom left corner and enter the number. To clear the canvas or restart drawing, click the Clear Canvas button, which will remove the previously drawn graph. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it.